That morning, the wind ambushed me. I was standing barefoot on the veranda, the coffee mug in my hand slowly losing its warmth. Georgia's air still carried that faint bite that hangs between night and dawn, when the world refuses to open its eyes. A sudden gust snatched the hem of my shawl. Before I could catch it, I saw him, Ethan, my daughter's husband. He froze mid-stride, his eyes crashing into mine. For one heartbeat, both of us turned to stone. There was no shock on his face. Something deeper. Something that turned the silence between us poisonous. That moment didn't end when he looked down. It stayed. Dissolved in the air, lodged in my chest, tangled in my breath. My name is Marzia. I'm 58, and I've learned that silence can roar louder than any thunderstorm. I live alone now in the same white bungalow where my husband once swore me eternity. He walked out 2 years ago. Said he needed open space. He found that open space in a girl half my age. I didn't run after him. I simply stopped waiting. Ethan is 36. He married my daughter Sarah 8 years ago. Sundays used to be loud. Laughter, chaos. A house full of life. Now only he shows up. Sarah's swamped with work, he says, but I can read it in his eyes. The distance. The desolation of a man still clutching a relationship that died long ago. That morning he tried to sound casual. Good morning, Marzia. I tightened my shawl, pretending nothing had happened. You're here awfully early, I said, though I wasn't expecting anyone at all. He smiled nervously. Sarah mentioned your back porch lamp is out. Thought I'd replace it. Lie, I hadn't told Sarah a thing. Still, I left the door open. Come in. He brushed past me, cautious, dangerously close. Something shifted. Not in the room. Inside me. He changed the bulb and we talked about everything and nothing. Weather, jobs, loneliness. When he left, the silence he left behind wasn't peaceful. It was swollen, like a sentence left unfinished. That night, I stood in front of the mirror longer than usual. Not looking at the wrinkles, not at the silver threading my hair, just at the spark in my eyes. What had he seen in me? And worse, what terrified me most, was why I wanted him to keep looking. On the third day, he came again, armed with another excuse. This time, the fence latch is loose. I opened the door anyway. We sat in the kitchen. The wall clock ticked like a bomb. He looked at me, really looked. Are you okay? Such a simple question, yet a wall inside me crumbled. Perfectly fine, I lied. And we both knew it. He nodded slowly. Sometimes I look at Sarah and feel she's in another universe. When I can't reach? I hesitated, then answered. That's what marriage does. It turns love into a memory before you even notice. He gave a sad, soft smile, like my words had slid straight into his heart. In that single smile, we recognized each other completely. When he reached for his teacup, his fingers grazed mine, just for a breath, but that breath was enough to shake the world. After that, he kept coming. No more repair excuses. No more lies. He simply came, sometimes with coffee, sometimes with 2 roses, never with explanations. One evening, as the golden pre-sunset light spilled across the kitchen, he said, I think about you far more than I'm allowed to. My pulse jammed in my throat. When you're sitting here, does Sarah ever cross your mind? I whispered. He lowered his eyes. She used to. Not anymore. Electricity crackled through the air. A silence that dares you to move. He lifted his hand, stopped halfway, waiting for me to close the gap. I didn't close it. But I didn't step back either, and sometimes sin begins exactly there, not in what you do, but in what you let happen.